Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Tuesday night? Tuesday, January, what is it? January, I'm sorry, just trying to adjust my camera because I'm taking this podcast video using my iPhone because the stupid camera on my computer, which is a PC, isn't working. It hasn't been working. Since I updated something, I think I updated the drivers or some shit, right? Like many moons ago, many months ago. And I'm actually not home. As you can see, my setup is different for this podcast, right? So I'm actually in Orlando, Florida. Yeah, so I decided to come down here because I got sick and tired of the New York weather and the depression after New Year's, right? And last weekend, actually, right at the it went up Friday night. There was a storm coming with snow and all that, right, in New York. I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. So I booked a flight one way. I came down here, stayed at the hotel for first 3 days, right? My dad's friend, actually, he's close friend of my father's. He lives down here with his, and also his daughter, one of his daughters. So they booked that residence in at Marriott near the Universal Studios. They booked that for me, and then after that, I booked this Airbnb for a week. So I'll be here until Monday, and then actually I'm glad. I reminded myself, actually, my wife was reminding me that I had to buy a ticket to go back on Monday. And that's going to be rough, going back to fucking New Jersey. I think there's another storm is up on its way, apparently, in New York, and I'm already judging the experience of going from like 70 degrees in January, to fucking 30 degrees. Is that what it is? And I'm already kind of depressed, but it is what it is. I had to go back because the longer I stay here, it's nicer, but also it's money, and also I lose business because here weather is nice, and you want to play golf, and you want to be out, right? And that messes with my schedule, and I got this Airbnb, not very expensive, and the flight ticket was also cheap. Although my wife was surprised when I told her I was coming down here. But then she knew, she supported me. She said, "Listen, you should stay here for a week because you like to, play golf and all that. So just stay here for a week, because otherwise I was going to go back on Monday, this past Monday, which is yesterday, right? But in any case, so here I am. Here I am. I played golf last Saturday, which was a really nice day. It rained a little bit in the morning, but then in the afternoon, sun came out, and I played at this golf course called Orange Lake Reserve. And then this Saturday, I'm playing at Disney, one of the Disney golf courses. I was out yesterday, actually day before yesterday, right? And so I was talking to a bartender, and they were telling me that I should, if I'm down here and if I play golf, I should play at one of the Disney courses. I'm like, okay, let me look it up. As long as it's not a gazillion dollar, right? So I looked it up in Magnolia, right? Magnolia. So Walt Disney, as you know, Orlando has 3 parks. One is the Disney, right? Disney is whatever, I went there last time. I remember going. I went there to see the Star Wars, right? And then the Universal, right? Universal has like Harry Potter. I mean Harry the Pothead and all those themes, right? Our theme parks. But in any case, so Disney also has its golf courses, right? So I looked it up, and then it was for Saturday. It was not that expensive for 3 o'clock. So I booked it for 3 o'clock on Saturday. I'm gonna go there and play 2.5 hours. You know, and they have those like fancy like kind of carts, right? Where they have the Mickey Mouse in the front, right? Mickey Mouse's head in the front, or one of those, right? I have no freaking idea. Maybe Lion Kings. What? I have no freaking idea. Maybe Chewbacca's head would be on the front of the cart, right? Or who knows, C-3PO? I have no freaking idea. But in any case, so my brother-in-law was, I think he looked up, he was like, hey man, you're gonna get one of these cards, so you should take pictures with Mickey Mouse. I'm like, okay. Well, my primary goal is to play golf, not being in the theme park. That's not, that's, if I want to do like a theme park, right? I don't know which one I should do. I have no freaking idea. Let's say that I play golf on Saturday, right? And then I do a theme park on Sunday, and then Monday I basically fly back. So let's see, best theme parks, best Disney theme parks, Orlando. So Walt Disney 4-day, 4-park combination. Oh, I'm not doing that. All right, so you got the Magic Kingdom, right? You got the Magic Kingdom, and then you got the Epcot, and then you got the Hollywood Studios, right? And you got the Disney's Animal Kingdom. Obviously, I'm not going there, right? Oh, there's also Islands of Adventure, and then the Universal Studios, right? And then there's SeaWorld, Walt Disney World, blah, 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 blah. How many fucking theme parks are in Orlando? Jesus Christ. Magic Kingdom. So what is Magic Kingdom? Magic Kingdom for young children. What's at Epcot? Epcot is Disney's Epcot, which little known to many is actually an acronym for Experimental Prototype Community of what? That's what it stands for. Oh my fucking God, Google is going to take me to somewhere, right? All right, so Magic Kingdom Park. So Magic Kingdom is Magic Kingdom is the OG of Orlando's world famous theme parks. All right, okay. Well, with the title of Orlando's #1 attractions, rest assured that. Okay, well, I don't want to read the whole fucking thing. What's it? For the two adrenaline junkies, you'll be spoiled for choice. Space Mountain transports you into dark depths of outer space at breakneck speeds, while Splash Mountain has you hurtling down a 5-story waterfall in lawn. Or maybe I should go to the Space Mountain, right? Sounds like thrill. Epcot is an acronym for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. It's the second most popular park in Orlando. Is well deserving among Future World and World Showcase because it's dedicated to technological innovation. Future World is home to awe-inspiring attractions like Spaceship Earth, The Seas with Nemo and Friends. Why would I fucking want to see that, huh? And then Disney's Hollywood Studios, which obviously has the fucking Star Wars, right? It has the Twilight, Rock and Roller Coaster, Beauty and the Beast, which I definitely don't want to see. Galaxy, Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, and then the Animal Kingdom, right? What am I turning this my podcast into like a freaking theme park guide? No. But in any case, so I'll figure it out, right? I'll figure it out what I want to do. But you know what? What I did, me and my dad's friend, we actually did something really cool. On when was that? On Sunday, right? So on Sunday we went to Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral, right? Cape Canaveral. Oh, that was fucking amazing. It was worth it, although, I was hoping that they would take us into that big building where they actually build the rockets, right? Assemble rockets, but they didn't, obviously, right? The huge, the Kennedy building, right? Which is like huge. It's like 20-story. It's taller than like, I think, 20-story building because those rockets are fucking huge. But they did take us on a bus tour. They did take us to the original Apollo 15. Was it Apollo 15 or 17? One of those, right? And it's one thing to actually see that original rocket, right? Like in movies or in pictures or on YouTube, right? But it's another to actually see it in real life. Oh my fucking God. I walked in there, right? It's a huge hall, right? Where they have the original rocket with different stages, right? And the thrusters are the size of like double the size of this fucking room. The back of the thrusters, where the exhaust is, right? Those fucking things are so huge, at least like 20-foot diameter. I think even more, right? And you look at them and like, oh my God, my fucking God, these are fucking huge. It looks like some sort of an alien technology, right? You look at them, the sheer size of those fucking rockets, right? And the guy, my dear friend, he was also fascinated because, obviously him and my dad and all those guys, right? Older guys, they actually, they grew up in that era. I think they went to high school or whatever the hell it was, right? When the space program was in in place, the whole thing started with, obviously, just to give you guys a one-on-one, because when you go into the Apollo building, right, the original Apollo rocket building, and then give you like a tour, right, like a video tour of what started the whole thing. And they have the original control. They have the original control room. They have built the original control room, the original machines, screens and the buttons and everything, right? And then they run you. They basically, not they run you, sir. They give you a rundown of like what and how the whole like space race started with Soviet Union back in the days, right? Because obviously we were at Cold War with Soviet Union at that time, after World War fucking II, right? In the 50s and 60s, there was a lot of tension, remember, with Cuban missiles and all that, right? And then in the late 50s, I think Soviet actually sent somebody or a rocket around the fucking orbit. So Soviets actually, or Russians actually sent the first rocket that started orbiting the Earth, right? And obviously we Americans, we were like, what the fuck? If Russia has sent something that's actually orbiting constantly around the fucking globe, so that means that they probably have control somewhere for it to basically fall onto the American soil, right? With some fucking nuclear bomb or some shit, right? So then, America, NASA program started, I think, late 50s and then early, and then they were showing us how, they basically started off these rockets, right? Space rockets with these fucking missiles, right? And then And then for a long fucking time, for years, I think none of them could actually even lift off the fucking ground, right? And you could see them. They were showing us the video. They were blowing left and right and up and down. They were trying to lift them, and finally, they did it, and then they sent somebody to space, right? Who was that? I don't fucking idea. I don't remember the names of the astronauts who went to space. And then finally, we landed them on fucking moon, right? So the first Apollo program that actually went to the moon successfully with two astronauts, I think. Was that three or two? Armstrong was one of them, right? And so all those controls are there. The original controls are there. And then it's like a simulation. When it lifts off, it's the count. They do the countdown, right? 10, 9, 8, and everybody is in the control room is so fucking nervous because there is a possibility that if there's some even minor fault in the whole fucking machine, that can blow up the whole fucking rocket. And that means loss of lives, right? Astronaut lives. Isn't that what happened with fucking Challenger back in the 80s, right? There were 7 or 6 astronauts. But in any case, and the fascinating part was right after that, right? And then you walk into, after that simulation, and then, they light up the whole fucking control room, at 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the fucking thing blasts off, right? And it's huge. It's fucking huge because it has to have that fucking power, almost of a nuclear bomb, right? And so that's why they don't, even now there are different launch pad areas, right? When we were there on Sunday, Elon Musk was trying to launch like his 23 Starlink satellites. So he had a fucking ship, one of those Falcon 9 rockets, right, ready to go. And then it got delayed, I think, because of whatever the fuck, obviously some technical problem, right? And we have some family friends down here, and then right after that we went to see them. And memories, how my memories came back because I actually stayed down here with a family from where I come from, right? And the guy had 2 kids who were actually young at that time. I'm talking about like 2007, I think, 2006, 2007, right? And they were like 12 and 16, and now the younger one, he's married, he's like 28 or 29. And then we went to their house, and they offered us some food, and it was so nice of them. And that was like fucking 16 years ago. Can you believe that? I stayed with them for a week. I remember I took him or his brother to one of the theme parks, Universal theme parks, right? We went there. And time fucking flies. Doesn't stop, Doesn't stop for anyone, doesn't wait for anyone, just unidirectional, Okay, so all right, so without being emotional, and so I was just fascinated, after that simulation, right? And then you walk into the whole the whole. It's like a hangar, right? It's like a huge hangar, and the rocket is the original rocket. It's probably like at least like I don't know, 100 feet in diameter or some shit like that, right? And then the fucking thrusters in the back, the first stage thrusters, I think there were like 5 of them, and they are fucking huge. And I look at that, and I'm like, holy shit. So you really, in order to basically leave fucking, gravitational field of Earth, you really need huge amount of thrust, I mean, that's the whole reason, right? Why this planet wants you to stay on it, right? It doesn't want you to leave it. If you do, then it's a huge cost, right? So these rockets are fucking huge. They have to make them huge, And that's why, Elon Musk calls his Mars rocket, I think the one he's building, right? The biggest rocket, right? BAR, biggest rocket, because it's gotta be huge. It's gotta be fucking huge. I mean, if you're gonna send it to fucking Mars, oh, it's gotta be fucking huge. Especially with crew, manned crew. And then that just fascinated me. I was fascinated by the fucking sheer size of those fucking thrusters. Remember I was telling you guys that I actually, from an artistic imagination, I came up with some sort of a design. I was sitting at a bar back in 2015 or 16 in fucking Greenpoint, Brooklyn. I was living there, and then I was sitting at a bar, and I was talking to the bartender, and I said, "Listen, man, give me a pen, because I think I'm gonna come up with some sort of an art." So that's just imagine this, how fucking bored I was. And so I drew a ship, right? I drew a ship with my hand, and with the four thrusters or whatever the hell that is, without giving out my trade secrets, right? You can see Artemis program, right? But anyways, I'll talk about Artemis program. But so I actually I drew that, and then I a few days later, I think I actually drew that in AutoCAD on the computer, right? I think it's still somewhere on the computer. But in any case, so I remember like, for example, okay, I basically, obviously, I was trying to come up with some sort of a ship that's like one of those like fucking USS Enterprise, right? From Star Trek, something like that. Not exactly, but something like that, right? With huge fucking like, dimensions and, whatever. I mean, if you want to have like a fucking, even if you want to have like just the crew, the crew quarters, right? The astronauts quarter, all the crew quarter. You gotta have at least like 100 people on that fucking ship, right? And you have to have an apartment, right? A space, like a ship apartment for each crew, each family, right? Whatever. If they're dating, they gotta, they're sleeping together. Oh, they're living together. Oh, okay, well, they need a little more room, right? Then obviously you gotta build a huge ship, right? Obviously we human beings are not there yet, but this is like the baby step. This is like our baby step, right? And then I look when I really look at those fucking, like, even the Apollo 15 ones, right, from original 1969 or whenever the hell they launched it, right? I was amazed looking at the fucking size. I'm like, and then you can see all the fucking fuel lines, the air intake, right? All the fuel lines, all the lubricant lines, everything, all the controls, everything, right? Going into the thrusters and then the engines, right? Those are basically jet engines. They use liquid oxygen and hydrogen, right, as a fuel. And obviously you have to have a liquid oxygen tank or liquid hydrogen, whatever the fuck it is, right? And I was just fucking fascinated. I'm like, oh yes, this is, I mean, something like that actually makes us, just the sheer size of something like that, I think makes us feel like aliens. That, oh yeah, you know what? Finally, we are at a point where we have left. Not that we have left, sir. We have capability to obviously, leave Earth's gravitational field, and now we have all these fucking gazillion satellites, right? Which are orbiting the, low orbit or higher orbit of Earth, and there's a lot of fucking space junk, right? Everything, Wi-Fi, all these fucking, weather, whatever, weather satellites, the Wi-Fi, the Starlink, all these fucking satellites are up there, right? And you need to have something like that, you need to have like on a scale, right? On a scale, like, if you look at what's the biggest plane, is that the fucking Concorde, which actually, the supersonic. Let's say that 787, right? Boeing 787 is our Airbus 350, right? One of those, right? It's a huge plane, right? It takes about 500 passengers. But that's nothing compared to these fucking rockets. Holy shit. You combine like fucking four Airbuses, right? Airbuses are Boeing 787s, and that, even not even that, would, equal the size of that fucking Apollo 15 rocket, right? Holy shit. And so I was amazed, you know. And so, we went there and we walked around. Obviously, I got some souvenirs, including this one for myself. Now, this, as you can see, Artemis program. Now, Artemis program, if you guys know, or maybe you don't, is the program that NASA has to basically send humans back to moon. When is that, sir? I have no freaking idea. Obviously, NASA is a government agency, right? At least semi-government, so there's got to be a lot of bureaucracy, right? Budget issues, a lot of delays, this and that, right? Obvious. And but whenever, I don't know, but they are planning to do that, and they are actually building the rocket. They're going to test that, and then they're going to send the human beings back to moon, and they're going to actually not only just just do a touchdown and then just like come back. It's not like that. They're going to stay there this time. I think that's probably would be a step to set a base, human base on moon, right? Because the International Space Station, for example, right? International fucking Space Station. Obviously, it orbits around the Earth. Is that still there, or they dismantled it? I don't know. I think they're going to dismantle it. But in any case, I think a base on the moon probably is a much better idea than the International Space Station. At least you have some gravity, right? You can walk on the fucking moon. Although gravity there is like, what is it? 1/3, 1/4 of Earth. Basically, you will be basically, when you're walking, you'll be basically like half flying and half. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Just like fucking, going up and down on the moon. But that also is not good for your bones. Less gravity, your bones are going to be shot. You stay there for 3 years and then that's it. But somehow, obviously, these astronauts and NASA and these other private companies, they have studied that, they're doing that for a long time, and how to actually cope with all that, right? What are you going to do? You're going to carry like fucking weight on your shoulders just to keep the bones? No, I don't think so. But whatever, I have no fucking idea. I'm not an expert on that. But I'm sure they have something. So, Artemis program is that program that NASA has in place to send humans back to moon. All right. And listen, I can't do a long podcast, an hour long, because I'm doing this on my fucking phone, and I changed the settings so that the resolution is low, so it doesn't take up the whole fucking space, right, on the iPhone, this video. So it's already 28 minutes, and I'm basically just enjoying my time, and I'm working. I go to what do I do? What's my typical like day here? So, I obviously my wife is going to say, "Why are you up 2 o'clock in the morning?" I'm like, "I can't sleep. Sorry. Try to go to sleep early. Yes. But I would get up around like, not super late, but not too early either, not super early either, and then I would basically just do my ritual of like taking vitamins, do my 1 minute exercise, take shower, brush my fucking teeth, right? And then I go to Einstein Brothers Bagel Shop. Oh, that place is nice. You know, the bagels are nice, although not as big as like New York bagels. Like New York has the best bagels, to be honest with you, and pizza. I don't eat pizza anymore. I'm not a big fan of pizza, but bagels is. Um, but the bagels here are nice, actually. Nicer, and obviously, I mean, nicer. What do you mean nicer, sir? I mean, they're smaller, but the bread is obviously, if you go to like an authentic bagel shop, bread is like amazing, right? And then I get my usual egg whites with lettuce, mayo, onion, toasted bagel, you know. And then after that, I go to Starbucks, and I work there. I get my coffee from there, and I work there for like a few hours, and then I come back here, and then I work from here, from the Airbnb. Because I don't want to, I don't want to suffer my business, my office work, because there's live, I have deadlines, and I was just actually I was working until like 11, and it started at midnight, 11 to 11:30. Actually, I was working. I mean, that's. I mean, I'm not complaining. This is like my work vacation. I'm fine, and I'll be playing some golf this Saturday. But then, yes, going back to fucking New York is gonna be fucking miserable because it's cold and like depressing. And my other sister from Germany, actually, she's visiting. So I told her to pick up the keys if she wants to stay at my place because that's empty. From my engineer, he has the keys. So if she wants to go there, she can stay there independently, whatever. But in any case, so I've been having a great time here. It's just that I wish that my wife was here. To be honest with you, she would have loved it. She would have loved, going to. I would have taken her to obviously Kennedy Space Center. She loves that stuff. And I would take her to the golf. She's a good player, actually. Even for the first time. And first timer, and then we would go to theme parks, right? I would take her to like one of the theme parks that she likes, not the ones that I like, because she thinks that I'm too much into science fiction. Well, science fiction is the prediction of the human society. Mm. But in any case, so I just wish that she was here, to be honest with you, and I just kind of like get sort of depressed that this is the time she and I are supposed to be together and we are not, and it sucks. But in any case, so I think I said that gazillion times. I mean, there's nothing we can do. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Unfortunately, everybody's wishing us the best, me and my wife, for her to be here, for us to be together. I mean, I wish that she was here at the Airbnb and we would have just enjoyed some time. We would have cooked some food. I did go to grocery store because I wanted to do some cooking, but then I actually picked up some like amazing like barbecue inside the grocery store. It's called Publix. Oh my freaking god, Publix! It's like Stop and Shop of Orlando. Publix is like the Stop and Shop of Orlando. Obviously, it's bigger, cleaner, much better, right? Everything down here is cleaner. Roads are wider. There's more space. People are nicer. And the weather is nice. Obviously, right now it's fucking January, and you are basically in a t-shirt, outside and shorts. And I'm hoping that I'll play this Saturday again in shorts, and obviously my polo, right? And let's see, maybe I can also do a theme park after the freaking, what do you call, after the golf, right? Maybe. Let's see. Theme parks usually close around like 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. They were telling me, right? So we shall see, right? We shall see how when I finish golf and if I have time, if I can, go to a theme park the same day, right? Or maybe go Sunday, Saturday, Monday night, Sunday. Oh, I know, right? And and then back to the fucking home base in New Jersey on Monday. Well, it is what it is, At least I had, I spent some time. Again, except that, I just wish that my wife was here, She would have loved it. In any case, so, like the day before I was out, right? And me and my dad's friend from mountains, we went to dinner, and then after that I went to a bar, and I was talking to some locals, and they were like, "Yeah, man, you should move down here. I mean, why are you up there?" I'm like, "Dude, I can't just burn the bridges and just move down here. Although I don't want to be down here in summer, It's just like June, July, August. I think those are really hot here because I remember. And if you guys remember, I went to West Palm Beach, right, in May. And during daytime, it was just fucking hot and humid. And it's like, that's why everybody has in here a pool, right? There's abundance of water. There's not a problem. It rains. It's a fucking hurricane. It was like a tornado warning today. It was like pouring for an hour, right? But the good thing is that it clears out, all right? It's not like a fucking nor'easter up in New York, right, or New Jersey, where it goes on for like 3 fucking days, dude. Jesus Christ. Uh, Besides the point that, everything up there is so congested, a lot of people, so much traffic, infrastructure is so fucking old, and it's just whatever. It is what it is, it is what it is. But I think maybe this probably is like my move to eventually move down here, my move to eventually move down here. Yeah. I'm hoping, yeah. Again, if my wife was here, we would have just stayed here for 2 months, And then my engineers are up there, they can take care of like construction sites. And then, we can work remotely. That's what I did today with them, for a few hours I was on the phone with them. And then I'm going to get on the fucking Microsoft Teams, right? We're going to do that tomorrow, most likely. So in any case, so yeah, I'm here in Orlando, Florida. I'm loving it, and so with that said, I think I should just close my podcast because it's already like 37, 38 minutes. I'm assuming you all are having a great week, the first week of 2024. Happy New Year, by the way. Did I say Happy New Year? Did I not say Happy New Year? Did I do a podcast after New Year's? Don't remember. But in any case, Happy New Year's, and I will see you all next time.